don't be terribly shocked that this video is coming out so quickly, because in a way it's not a new video, it's a continuation of the other one. So this is episode 3.1. It is only our tour of Old 100 Gold Mine in Silverton, Colorado. So if you're not interested in going on that tour with us, then you can certainly skip this one and you won't miss anything. If you miss anything by skipping any of them. Anyway, we're currently in Oregon, in southern Oregon, on the coast. And yes, if you look between the trees behind me, that is our ocean view. And as you know, whenever you're selling real estate, any ocean view is an ocean view. In the meantime, if you're interested in the Old 100 Gold Mine tour, stick around for this video. But thank you for joining us on our journey.
Okay, we made it. All right. Okay. Come on up here. To start off with, what is the day today? What day is it?
I don't know. September 1st?
The day.
Saturday.
Day is Saturday. You can call me Bob. I'll be your tour guide today. I myself worked in a gold mine here in Silverton for 20 years in a different mine. So we're gonna make a loop around the tunnel, start on this end. If we don't get lost, we'll end up over here. If we have enough time, I want to give you guys some history about the mine I worked at, okay? Okay, we came underground a third of a mile. It is 47 degrees in here, year round. If you can find a switch to the heater, please let me know. Okay, they started mining here, Hill 100, back in the 1880s. This mine has 7 levels. This is number 1, where the boarding house is, and number 7. Now, this mine never produced very much gold at all. Long story short, they'd find some gold, then they would recover it all. They would shut down, another company would take over, it just kept going back and forth. Now, investors did pump a lot of money into here, about millions of dollars. Although they did find some gold here in the upper level, number 7. They found some pretty decent gold up there. There they would put it into baskets and tram it all the way outside where you guys got on the car. Over the hillside there was a small mill. And that's where they would do all the processing. And the last company to operate here was Dixieland Mining Corporation. They shut down in 1971. Okay, back in the 1870s, prospectors were looking for gold. They would find a white rock outside on the hillside called quartz. That's where they would find their vein of gold, lead, copper, zinc, iron, pyrite, whatever. And the vein will look something like that. There's your quartz, a little bit of iron pyrite, a little bit of lead, but no gold. Now we're going to walk down this drift about 30 feet. I want to show you guys something very interesting. It's what we call a bug hole, B-U-G. It's just a natural fracture in the back. Inside the bug hole, some crystal, as well as some pretty crystal, quartz crystal before the bug hole. Okay? Okay. Are we ready? Ready. Follow me. And here's the bug hole. A little bit of crystal inside. And look at the pretty crystal back here.
Well, they were sitting at breakfast.
Quartz crystal back here. See how pretty? It's just a natural fracture in the back. Okay, once we see it, we can advance up to the machines on the right-hand side. There's the bug hole, and there's the crystal. See the pretty crystal back here? And the bug hole. Okay. You guys, come on up here. Come on, scoot up here.
It said scoot up, I'm not.
Okay, that's how the
Just kidding.
prospectors back in the day drilled their rounds. Piece of steel, the steel jack. Put the steel against the rock and smack it. Pick it up, turn it quarter of a turn. Put it down, smack it, pick it up, turn it quarter of a turn. So what would happen if I just continuously hit the steel without turning it? You're right, it would get stuck. So we're chipping the rock to go down. Then they came out the double jack. This is a two-man operation. I smacked the steel, one partner's down here picking it up, turning a quarter of a turn. Who wants to help me? All right, come on up here. Get up here. You hold that steel with 2 hands right there. Okay. I smack the steel, my partner picks it up and turns it quarter of a turn. Good job. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so let's say I've been doing this for about 15 minutes. I am getting tired.
Oh, strong.
So I tell my partner, I'm gonna smack it one more time, and then we're going to switch. And she says, okay. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm gonna smack that steel one more time. I'm gonna smack it so hard I'll probably bend it. Okay, you got it? Okay, so I rear back, and I swing. When I hit the corner of the steel, my hammer went down alongside of it. What did I do?
Hurt your teeth.
But I didn't break her hand. I hurt her hand. I didn't break it. Besides, that wasn't my fault. Because I was tired. But that's okay, because now it's her turn to hit the steel. Paybacks. Thank you. Give her a hand. Okay, back in 1904, they came out with this Ingersoll Rand air drill, run by air only, with a crank up front to feed the 4-foot steel. This guy takes 2 miners to operate because it weighs more than 200 pounds, and they have to set it up on a column. At the end of that steel, you have a bit, and that's what breaks the rock. So, once that bit hits a rock, it would make a lot of? No. A lot of? Dust, yes. So the miners back then breathed the dust in their lungs. They'd get silicosis, the black lung disease. So it was said back in the day, miners operating this guy here would live to be about 35. You want to hear it, Ron?
Yeah.
One more time. You want to hear it, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, a little loud. Might want to plug your ears. Here we go. Are you ready? What? So, back then, miners never had any ear protection. But, especially some of the miners that would smoke, would use their cigarette butts. Improvise. Okay, back in the early 1900s, they came out with these 2 guys here. These 2 machines are run by air and water, eliminate the dust. This guy here is a stoper. Will drill 6-foot vertical holes. My buddy here will drill 6-foot horizontal holes. I ran these machines for about 20 years. They're not light. They weigh about 120 pounds. Especially my buddy here, he had to hold the hammer with one arm and the 6-foot steel with the other to collar your hole. You want to hear it, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Get it loud. Memories. You guys smell anything? Yeah. Good. That means it's working. That is oil going through the oiler, lubricating all the inside parts of my buddy here. Because my buddy's not drilling me any holes, I'm not making any money. Speaking of money, you guys have any idea, back in the early 1900s, how much miners were making in an 8-hour period?
A penny.
$3.
I talk about
A lot of
inflation.
money back then. Okay, the boarding house up there, which you guys better take a look at. Built in 1904, a 3-story boarding house. Probably accommodate maybe 25, 30, mostly single men. They had waitresses, maids, and cooks up there, taking good care of them. So after a long day's work, they'd go up there. Maybe have a shot of whiskey, eat some dinner, maybe another shot of whiskey, play games, socialize, whatever. Weeks at a time, maybe months at a time in the winter, until they get a big payday. They come down to notorious Blair Street, downtown Silverton, where they had booze, gambling, but most important, women. Well, women. And these women were not shy to take the money's wages. In 1 or 2 days, it'd be broke. They'd go back up there and do it all over again. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now we're going to walk up to the corner, Now this particular raise goes up 600 feet. Here we have what we call a skip. That will take the miners up to their working area. Probably hold maybe 6 or 8 miners. Here we have what we call a coffin skip. That will take their machines, their steel, their bits, their powder, everything the miner needs to blast. That is run by an air tugger here in the corner. There'll be somebody back there operating it at all times. With that said, we need some kind of a bell system, whatever it was back in the day. But for example, to go up or to go down. You want to try it? Come on. Yeah. Come on, come and try it. All the little kids, come and try it. Yeah. Halfway down the trip, we're going to turn around and look up. Right here. Okay, here we have another raise. Come on back some more, guys. This particular raise will intercept the raise we just came from. As you can see, it's got a ladderway, air and water line for the miners to run their equipment. Now, these raises were run by more modern machines back in the day. I grew up here in Silverton. I only lived here 40 years of my life. Winters are long, 9 months long, and we get hammered with snow. I remember when I was a little kid. I'm not much bigger now, but when I was a little kid, we'd have to tunnel into our homes. With that said, we get a lot of slides that would knock the power out. In that case, at least the miners can walk down the ladder, down to safety, and possibly outside. The mine I worked at, we go underground 2 miles on rail. We go up a raise 1,000 feet. I remember walking down that ladder quite a few times in the winter, and possibly 2 more miles outside. Okay, now we're going to walk up here. We're going to loop around. You guys come back this way. Everybody, come on up here, come on. I don't bite too hard yet. Come on up here. Okay, here we have a gold bar.
Totally.
But that is not real gold. If that was real gold, that would not be there. Half would be in my pocket, and I shared the other half with all of you. And here we have a lunch box and some different lights they used back in the day. Here I have a piece of lead. That's my favorite specimen right there. I'll come back to that in a minute. Then we have a crystal and another quartz with lead. Here we have an electric light. That's the one I used back in the day that we wear on our belt. So, when I get my light at the start of shift, I make sure it is fully charged. As I will demonstrate with the kids, halfway back out the drift, I'll turn the lights out And you can see how dark it gets, okay? Okay. Now here I have a piece of lead, but not just a piece of lead. This is called galena, a beautiful specimen. Our dads bring this home for the mine. We'd sell it to the tourists that came up on the train from Durango. We'd break it up in small chunks because it's kind of cubed and shiny. The difference between lead and galena is the weight. I do not know what that weighs, but you guys saw me pick it up, right? So I'm guessing 200-300 pounds. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what it weighs. You guys help me here. Maybe 20-30 pounds?
No.
Probably about 70.
Yeah.
How many?
45.
45?
Yeah,
I'm
45.
with you. Hey, we'll come up here. Everybody come, all the little kids up here. You guys come up here.
I'm right behind you.
This way, guys. All the little kids up here.
You're not a little kid.
I'm shorter than you.
So,
Come on up.
What was the
Hey, get back
backpack?
here a bit.
And he's 12.
That's an emergency, in case somebody needs some help within the shift or something. We've got the self-rescuer in there. Okay, here I'm gonna show how we drill, load, and blast around. So we got two miners here, drilling with two jack legs. We're drilling 6-foot holes. We start off with the close cut, pretty close together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many's that?
I don't know.
Okay, now put some holes around that, put some holes in the back and the side. Probably about 32 to 36 holes, depends how hard the ground is. Okay, have my holes drilled. Now what?
You
Dynamite.
blow it up.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Uh-oh.
So, I get each stick of dynamite and I slice it. So when I put it in the hole and temp it with one stick, it stays in there. Another question, I want the right answer. Here we go. I'll get one stick, I'll put my fuse in it. I'll get another stick, put it in the hole and tamp it. 3 more sticks in the same hole and tamp it. How many sticks did I put in there?
2.
3. I'm not good at
I've got to take math over again. Who said 5?
Not me.
A plus. The rest of you, you got to take the course over.
Why did you say 6?
Back when I went to school here in Silverton, Colorado, 2 plus 3 was 5.
I forgot the numbers.
Okay. Okay, so I put in 5 sticks of dynamite in each hole except the middle hole of the burn. Why do I not put dynamite in there?
It hurts.
Space to clean
Because it'll still blow up the middle on the sides.
Sort of, kind of. That's to give us something to break to. Yeah. Okay. I do not blast this all at once. I am using milliseconds. For example, aughts, 1s, 2s, 3s, and so on. I blast my 4 bottom holes the last to push the muck out. Okay, now we're ready to blast. So when I blast this, I'll get a cutting of maybe 6 by 10 by 10. Okay, now we're ready to blast. But I cannot blast here right now because I have 4 more tours to give this afternoon. That's okay, we'll be ready to blast. So I would take my blasting box around the corner where we got off the car. That's pretty safe right there, okay? Now we're ready to blast, but I need some help. You guys line up over here. All the little ones. All the little kids. Come on. All the little kids.
Behind the mommy.
And you. And you're a little kid. You're a little kid. Go back a little bit so everybody can see you guys. Okay.
We're supposed to line.
Now listen. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pretend we're gonna lift up that handle. When we lift it up, I'm gonna count to 3. When I say 3, I'm going to say fire in the hole. You guys crush it down and say boom, boom, boom. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, bend your knees. Grab the handle with your hands. Pick it up nice and easy.
Oh.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Fire in the hole.
Boom!
Boom! Boom! 3 booms!
Oh.
We gotta do it over. Okay. We have
Good
to
thing
do
this
it
one
over.
little kid lives.
Are we ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Fire in the hole! Okay. Good job. Come back this way. A lot of room up here. You can stay right here if you want. That's good. Come on back this way. Okay, here we have what we call a chute. Now keep in mind, this goes up 30 feet. This is where the miners dump the ore. So back in the day, my partner and I, we never had a steel door. We just had a board across there. So we parked the car underneath the chute. My partner would get up on the car on one side as well as myself on the other. And we lift up the board. Lift the ore, fall into the car till it's full, put the board back down. Every once in a while, a big rock would come down, hit the board and break it. Then we'd have what we call a spill. Of course, we clean up our spill, replace the board, get back into production. Then they came out with a steel metal door run by an air hydraulic cylinder. Pretty convenient. There'd be a handle alongside the rig. Pull the handle up, the door goes up. Pull the handle down, the door goes down. No more spills. Yes, all right. Now we'll come back over here to the next piece of machinery. Follow me. There you go, up here. Okay, here we have what we call the nurse slusher with that bucket in front. Now use your imagination. This piece of equipment would be up that chute. How many feet?
300.
Okay, 30 feet. So there'd be a hole in front of us going down 30 feet. A lot of times miners would put rail across there to prevent bigger rocks fall down and break the board. You want to hear it run?
Yes.
Here we go. That's pretty easy, huh? Thank you. Okay, now we'll come up here. All right. That's good right there, sir. You gotta, come on down, come on down some more. Here we have, this was one of my favorite machines to run underground. This is a 12B bucket machine. So you kids that have me blast over there, we have to pick up all that ore. And we'll put it into cars. Normally have about 10 cars, we sidetrack them. But we fill up all of them, and we ship the ore outside. You want to hear it run?
Yeah.
You want to hear it run?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Get loud. Here we go. Now I can move this from side to side using some
Muscle.
muscle. Now we're contract miners. We have to get in there and eyeball it. We have to get in there and get all that ore. Fill up all the cars. We have to lay ties. We have to lay rail. We have to get ready to get set up. Start drilling, get ready to blast by the end of an 8-hour shift. So we learn real quick. If I take a bucket load from either side of the mud pile and dump it right away, it would knock me off the track. So we learn real quick how to put it back on. As a matter of fact, we still have competitions downtown Silverton. The second week in August. We compete. Who can fill a car up the fastest with the 12B bucket machine? We have machine drilling. We have hand stilling. We have tug of wars, and we have a lot of events for the kids. The second week in August. I still compete with the younger kids. I came in third. But I just know I'm gonna come in first. But you guys were not there to support me. But you'll be there next August, right?
No.
Don't make me come and get you.
Yeah.
I still compete in Uray. In Uray, I still have the fastest time.
What's your
I'm glad you asked. So my time was 32
40
Seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna look around up here. Little car. They came out with this guy back in the 1920s. This guy would normally have a chain around the wheel, tied down to the rail. But this guy has a hole on top and a place for your feet. What is it?
Porta potty.
A toilet. A honey bucket. Anybody need the toilet? Now, we got 50 miles to go back out the drift. This is your last chance. Who needs a toilet? And believe me, guys, believe me, there's no gold in there. Okay, we'll come up here. I want all the little kids up here by me. Right up here, all the little kids up here. The rest of us can loop around. Hey, dear little kid. Come on up here. Come on up here. Little kids up here. You little kids, come this way. Okay, here we have another vein of quartz. A little bit of lead, shiny lead. And look at the little bug hole, crystal. Isn't that neat? Okay, are you guys ready for this? Who are these guys? Who are they?
Cheryl and Tom.
Those are Tommy knockers. Those were little midgets back in the day, known to sneak underground and steal the miners' lunch. And maybe their gold. Okay. You guys stay right here. Right here, we'll look around over here. I'm gonna get on top of the car there. Okay. That's good. Come back this way. You guys come up here. Tell you a little history about the mine I worked at. The mine I worked at was called Sunnyside Gold. We go underground on rail 2 miles. We go up a race 1,000 feet. Every 200 feet, we get out the skip and there's tunnels going all over. What I'm trying to say is that ground was opened up pretty good. As a matter of fact, it was the 3rd richest gold mine in the United States at one time. As a matter of fact, we're mining underneath a lake, Lake Emma. As a matter of fact, we were 80 feet from the bottom of the sill of the lake, to where they still had a hard time keeping miners in there drilling and blasting. Only because what we call in miners' terms, a stope. That's an area about 200 feet long and about 25, 30 feet wide. And the gold in that particular place, oh my gosh. I did see a piece come from there. The most beautiful gold I've ever seen in my life. It was like that real beautiful yellow baby stuff, smeared on the rock. Heavy, thick, beautiful, and a lot of them. So the miners, when they're drilling the back, they can see the vein in the back. So when they blast it, they know there's going to be gold the next day. So they go on shift the next day. They bar down for their safety. They get the water hose and start wetting down the mud pile. And what do they see? Gold. Excuse me. They might find a big boulder with a seam of gold going all the way down. If a seam goes all the way around like that, it is lunar. So he gets that double jack and he breaks it open and it's just loaded. So, did you guys know rocks could talk? So the miner has the spotlight up here, staring down at the gold. The gold is staring right back up at the miner saying, "Hey, pick me up, put me in your pockets and take me home." And they did. Yeah. Any questions? So they continued to drill and blast. Throughout time, mudslips was coming to the bank. When us contract miners heard about that, we thought, uh-oh, something's going to happen one of these days. Long story short, June the 4th, 1978, on a Sunday, nobody worked on Sundays back then. ¿Qué pasó? What happened?
Slide.
It collapsed. It drained every ounce of water from Lake Emma. It filled up almost every drift underground with all that silt and debris from the lake. It took us 2 years, 24/7. Miners on the bottom, miners up on top. We mucked it all out, re-timbered the raise, got back in there, and recovered that gold. And the mine shut down in 1991. Any questions? Okay, one more thing. You guys stay there. Gold and silver together with your lead and your quartz.
Oh, well.